All right, this is take 3 of this video. I keep messing my own videos up, and this has got to stop. Okay, so this video is what it looks like to make $1,000+ in a day flipping phones. And one of the main lessons from this will be the fact that you cannot do this alone for the most part. If you are someone that's out there thinking it's cool to just work alone and you think that's a good idea, you are a fool, and people like me will destroy you. So, my first deal of the day was an iPhone 12. My partner got it for me from his audience. I paid $380 for it. I'll be able to sell that, let's say, for $455. So that's $75 right there. Boom, $75 knocked out. Another lead that I got was an iPhone 12. This girl, I gave her 2 options. One, she meets someone that I know, my uncle who lives about an hour from me, and she sells it to me for $340, or she drives it to me 1 hour away and I pay her $400. She chose to drive the hour to make the extra $60. It's fine with me. Dropped it off at my store, $400. That's another $55. So we're at $130. Then my next deal of the day was a 12 Pro Max, new in box, AT&T, 128 gig, $110 profit. So we're now at $240. Then I picked up an 11 Pro regular, 64 gig, unlocked, no issues, grade B, for $300 from a lead, from a paid ad, sorry. And that got me $185. So that brings us to $305. Then I got an 11 Pro Max, crack screen. Face ID isn't working, but it might be because of the crack. Either way, I'm gonna assume after fixing that, let's assume that it won't work. Let's assume it won't work. So I'll be $310 into that. And let's say that I'll sell that for $420. I don't know, $420 seems fair. So $110. So we're now at $415 in profit. Let's see, my next deal. Give me a second, guys. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. My next deal, here we are, is an 11 Pro with a cracked back and a missing SIM tray, carrier locked, good front screen, all that. I bought it for $220. It's gonna cost me $30 to fix it. I'll be at $250 just to send it off. So that's another $190. So now I'm at $605 in profit. Next deal was a 6 Series Apple Watch. That one is going to be, I paid $150 for it. It's used. It's GPS only, I believe. I think I'll be able to get $250 out of that. It's 44 millimeter. Should be able to sell it for $250. Seems like about a reasonable price. That one's going to be, so that's another $100. So now I'm at $705. Next one, I had a paid lead. Oh, by the way, the watch was dropped off at my store. So again, not me putting in the work necessarily on that one. Some of these other ones I drove around and got. The 11 Pro I drove around and got. The new 12 Pro Max I drove around and got. That both of those, one of those was a paid lead, and the other one was offer up. The 11 Pro with the missing SIM tray and the cracked back, also offer up. So don't sleep on offer up. The next one, sorry, it was an 11 128 gig, carrier locked, blacklisted. This guy was very thankful to get anything back from the phone. So he drove to me. That one was $225. Sorry, $220 in profit. So that one's going to be, so that puts us at $925 in profit. And the final deal of the day was an iCloud locked 12 Pro Max. This came from a paid ad also. And the lady called me And I said, look, for whatever reason, the people that had 12 Pro Maxes that are iCloud locked, I know you probably found it. She told me she found it. I said, great, you found it. Okay, you have no cost, you have no skin in the game. Great. How much do you want for it? Because I get harassed the most for people wanting a better price on phones for parts when they found it. Maybe that's a pro tip, maybe it's not, but I'm not going to deal with people like verbally harassing me or type harassing me or any of that. So on deals like that, I make them offer first, or else I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. So go somewhere else with your quote found phone. I have no idea if that's really what happened, but I am a freaking soldier, and I take hits when I know I'm going to take hits. I'm not going to take them on purpose when I know people are going to be slinging rocks at me. Anyway, I take them on my freaking time. So she says, I don't know, 150, and I was like, okay, fine, that's a great deal, obviously. So that's another 230. That brings us from 925 to $1,155, and I feel like I missed one, actually. Good Lord, I feel like I missed one. No, I think that's it. So that was my deals. And keep in mind, I missed a couple of deals. I missed a few deals. I was supposed to get an 11 Pro Max with a cracked camera lens for like $400. Yeah, $400. And so my buddy will fix that for $20. I mean, I could probably fix it for cheaper, but I just don't like doing it. But $20, so $420. That would have been another, $150 in profit right there. I had another one that was a little bit too far away to drive. I couldn't make it. She couldn't make it. And so that one didn't go down. And so that would have been another 50 right there. And there was countless others that I can think of where the people ended up just saying, no, they're not going to do it. So if all would have gone down, we could have been closer to $2,000. But I ended up in the $1,150 range. If I'm being, some of it's like facts and some of it's conservative based on I'm probably going to sell that locally because I'll get enough money locally to make it worth it. And lastly, paid ads. Paid ads are it. They make it to where you can make insanely lower offers and have a little bit more leverage. And hey, if they talk you up, they talk you up. And sometimes they don't. That guy with the 11 Pro, I said, hey, would you do 300? Truth is, if he'd have come to me, I probably would have done 400. But he accepted 3. He was very happy to do business with me. The other thing is, when you have paid ads out there, dude, you're putting in more effort to get these people to find you. You actually get more people excited and like thanking you for what you're doing. You're adding value to their life. And don't forget the fact that you are adding value out here. When you buy a phone, you create a safe environment through your know-how for the seller. Like, you prevent the seller from doing something wrong and putting themselves in a position where they might be tempted to do bad. That's beautiful. Like, you're taking responsibility for yourself and their behaviors as well. That is freaking sweet. Then when you sell it, if you sell it locally, you are backing that product as if, like, let's say that product gets blacklisted after you sell it to somebody. This does happen. And guys, when you buy a phone, if that person's going to blacklist the phone or not, 9 times out of 10. Don't act like you don't. They're going to blacklist it, and you're thinking like they're not looking trustworthy to you. Don't resell it local. Don't do it. But when that happens, you buy the phone back. And sometimes, if they're angry or you waste an extraordinary amount of their time, you send them some money for their gas and their wasted time as well. You're adding value to your local community by creating a safe environment for buying phones and selling phones. In an otherwise sketchy environment, you are a cornerstone and a rock in your community of making this process safe, reliable, trustworthy. Don't forget that. You're not just getting a cheaper phone that somebody else could have gotten and then marking it up and selling it and booyah and arbitraging the world. That's part of what you're doing, yes. And that's there's nothing wrong with that. But on top of that, just remember that you are helping people. And so that phone that I bought from that guy that was blacklisted, it was either that for him or throw it away. And he had a painful story behind that. He drove several hours to get what he thought was going to be a good deal, and it wasn't, because of the irresponsible actions of another human being. So I'm going to stop rambling. I hope this helps. Peace.